Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Tutu UK here, and we're going to be discussing events, past, present, and some pickups. Some lot of Nintendo cardboard, let's be honest, but some nice Nintendo cardboard, and a couple of gifts. And a sort of trade, I suppose. There shouldn't be any reverse imaging in this vid, hopefully, if I've done everything correct. Thinking about it when I did the thumbnail for the last vid and I reversed the image, I thought I could have just reversed the image on the video. But because we had two events back to back, it was just such a cramp in terms of time. I wanted to get the video out, so I thought, you know what, chuck it up there. I know it probably annoyed people. It annoys me when people do it. But it was just one of them things where, like I say, it's a new phone to me anyway. I think it's an XR, so is it a 10R or whatever? And I just thought it took the settings across, which it clearly didn't. So apologies for that, but we move forward. We've got a lot of Nintendo cardboard to show. What's new, eh? No unboxings though. So, but before we do that, past events just gone. So we stalled out at the Oxford Gaming Market, Gaming Fair. Daz and myself, very good, I'll say that. Nice and spacious hall. Access was excellent. Venue brilliant. Couldn't really fault it. It was busy enough. Did okay. You know, didn't break any records or anything, but we did okay. So, you know, I'm not sure moving forward if they're going to use it again or what, but yeah, a great location. I know that Oxford is somewhat contested in terms of these 15-minute cities and stuff like that. So yeah, not really, not a place I'd champion per se, but in terms of the event and the setup, can't fault it. Wasn't many tubers there, to be honest. We had Rich King Retro stalling out, James, Jimmy Retro, and I think that was it. That was it for Oxford. Did a trade, kind of a trade with Rich. Rich always has boxes and tubs of random shit. Daz pointed this out to me. I've got a couple of gifts off Daz as well. I'll do this trade from Rich. Daz pointed this out to me. He said, look, it's worth grabbing if you can get it, you know, half decent. Just do the swap with Rich for some games. 2600 game. Program, really, not really game. Basic programming. And it's like, wow, faded. But the contents are all there. And Daz pointed some out to me. He said, has it got these things? And it does. I think it's these overlays. Mean absolutely nothing to anybody. Do some overlays or something. So yeah, I'll probably just try and find another box from somewhere, get an box upgrade. But it was something, because other than that, I didn't buy anything. I did buy something, that's a lie, but it's a duplicate. Console Passion Andy had a load of Mega CD games in. Apparently they're buying someone's collection. Some really nice stock. And I messaged the daughter to have a look on my shelf for the Mega CD games. She couldn't really despise. I said, just take them all off, I took some pictures of the games he had. She said I didn't have one. Got back, and I've got it. So that'll be going back next week, funnily enough, which we'll come on to later. So outside of that, couple of things that Daz very kindly gifted me when he was sorting stuff out, again from tubs and boxes. A couple of Game Gear manuals, Taz Escape from Mars and Mickey Mouse Land of Illusion. I haven't checked them yet. I haven't done anything since last week, realistically. And a wonderful Majora's Mask enamel pin badge. That's super cool. He's not sure where he got that from. I'm probably guessing the game or Amazon pre-order with some title or something, but appreciate that, Daz. Don't mind your pin badges. I've got a little sort of side collection of them in a drawer down there. So that's super cool. All right, on to some discussions now about Blackpool. They're saying the next gaming event now, which is London. Blackpool. So Blackpool's next week, 7th, 6th and 7th, 7th and 8th. Can't remember now. Next Friday we'll be going up anyway. Going up with Dainster. We're not staying at the Shipbrick. You know, we don't want to fucking catch anything from there. I can't remember where we're staying, some little B&B type affair, but we'll be going up early because the guy there said there is parking, but it's limited, so you're better off getting up here early to secure space. So I've got the day off, Dane's got the day off, we might as well go up. Hey, we might even be able to get to see some of Blackpool, which will be a fucking first. Of all the years I've been up there, I've actually never really been around the town, which is, I think, a bit criminal, to be honest. As in the daytime, you know, looking at the shops and stuff. So, yeah, that might be the plan. We'll just see how it goes. We were going to do that last year, but the weather, for those that went, I've never seen weather like it. So, if you're going to Blackpool next week, Play Expo, or you're just going to Blackpool, let's be honest, because some people just don't bother with the Expo at all, let me know. It'd be nice to come and see you and say hello. It must admit, year on year, it's getting less and less exciting, I think, to meet people, because it's just becoming more and more fractured. And I just think that's the way of it. Unfortunately, we're not going to change that. Very, very cliquey and segregated. But I think that's just that's how YouTube is. I think it's a reflection of YouTube. Very self-centered, centric, orientated people. And yeah, that's unfortunately how they go. You know, someone asked me to bring any games to us. I said, nah, forget it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing anything anymore, because it's not the same. And even they said, oh, it's not the same. So it's not the same. It's not the same. And that's everyone's fault. Probably mine as well. But you know, that's what happens. That's what happens. Anyway, enough doom and gloom. We're gonna be no matter what, Danes and me will have a laugh and a blast anyway. Well, you always fucking do. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. I think there should be a couple more people turning up, so it should be a good laugh, you know. And like I say, we'll enjoy it either way. Anyway, definitely moving on now. Some pickups. I've had these for weeks and weeks. This is the next batch that I bought from a chap on eBay. I don't know if I remember, I was on about some Super Famicom titles that I got. Damn it, which ones were they? Oh, like Bomboozle and stuff like that. Well, these are the next lot that he had. And he was trying to sell these individually, and then he ended up doing a bundle, putting them all in a big bundle deal. So I bought them. And there's some crackers in here. Some really real beauties. I've got none of these either. So, but we'll run through them. First one, if this was a PAL copy, you know, I'd be singing and dancing. It's still nice to have it. I did have this loose cart, and it's essentially Whirlo. I can't remember what the Japanese name of it is, but it's Whirlo. We got it over here. No, I'm thinking the States is Whirlo, or they didn't. I can't remember. Sort of action platformer with this little dude. Someone will be screaming at the title. I might put the Japanese name up if I can be asked. But again, these are in really, really nice condition. A little bit sun faded because obviously the pinks and yellows and reds don't do well with UV light. The next one, I've had to write this down. This is Ushio Totora. Apparently, quite a good, decent little sort of Ninja Spirit, Shinobi-esque type game. I never heard of it. I have to admit, never heard of it. But it does look, I've watched some videos again because I've had these a while. It does look pretty decent. Like a kabuki guy with the long hair and that, you know, traditional Japanese kabuki guy. But yeah, action, side-scrolling, run and gun, run and hack 'em up type affair. This one I wanted to get George Cropper's. I might see if I can do it, see if he'll record it for me, because obviously all his videos have gone now. He's been kicked off YouTube. But whenever I see this, in my head, I just have his voice playing, and it's bastard. And that is what it's called, bastard. Yeah, for those that used to watch George, he was an acquired taste, but I like George. I thought he talked sense. I'm hoping this is the right way to come around on this fucking video. I really do. But yeah, another decent quality game. Right, next up from the haul. Again, I had this loose cart. This was one of the early titles I got at Fan Translation. Back when I was messing with the Retron 5. the translations and stuff or whatever. And I can't remember. I got the loose cart from somewhere. But again, it popped up in the bundle, so grabbed it. I think it's like some sort of vampire, occult, isometric RPG. It's got one of these lovely portrait boxes. It's called Dark Half. But again, it's not going to mean fuck all to you. But it has been translated, and it's an RPG. Again, wonderful, wonderful condition. All complete. Not going to bore you with the contents. This one shouldn't be too unfamiliar to most of you. You know what it is? Have a look. Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon. Again, part of the bundle. Not one I don't see too often, even on the Japanese systems. Farm Simulator. You know, hopefully you all know Harvest Moon. You've got a farm. You have to grow crops, animals, blah, blah, blah. I think you have to get married. Don't have to get married, but you can get married and build your house. You know, it's basically like a life sim, I suppose. But, you know, really kind of that one of them addictive type affairs. And then the last one, this was a real shock to me. Again, it wasn't one that I was looking at the bundle for. It was mainly like Whirlo and stuff like that. And obviously, what's it called? Ushio Totoro and Harvest Moon. The others are maybe Dark Half a little bit, but this bastard, and one of the other ones, I was kind of like a bit like me or whatever. But it turns out this is quite a unique game on the Super Famicom. And when I looked, and I just seen the title, I didn't really look at it. I thought it was one of the initial D-type driving games, and it's called Zero. But it's Far East of Eden. Far East of Eden Zero. If it's got a full name, I'll put it up. So essentially, those that are into, or were, or probably still are into the PC Engine, you'll see Far East of Eden. It's one of the cheapest games you could get on the PC Engine RPG. But what with this game, what they did with the Famicom is they literally reprogrammed, not reprogrammed, but they programmed the chip a bit like the Super FX, put shit ton of extra memory into the actual chip to decompress the images. Really cutting edge for the Super Famicom, and I think it was probably towards the end of its life, so it probably didn't get the accolades it deserves. But apparently some people rate this as probably the best RPG on the Super. I know, I'd never heard of it before, but that's how good a lot of people rate this. Definitely think it's got a fan translation as well. Yeah, it was something to do with the art. It was like it's twice the size, or it's something that they created some new technology, a bit like Rare did with the motion capture sort of type stuff with Donkey Kong. But yeah, there's no point in showing the back because you can't really see anything. But yeah, that's what I read. Don't always believe everything you fucking read, and definitely don't believe what idiots on YouTube fucking tell you. You'd be stupid. Right, next lot of stuff. Gonna have to move over. Okay, so following on, we're still messing with boxes. We're still messing with boxes. Don't worry about that. But following on to the, looking over there because that's where they are, the sort of box sets, I suppose, box sets consoles. And the latest one that I got, Super Mario All-Stars, Mario World, I have managed to acquire both the cartridge, courtesy of CEX, I might add, 18 quid. Managed to grab that in store, so I could check the label. Cheaper than most. I was watching them online, I thought I might better, you know, do a sneaky little cheap buy, but no. And this, the manual, came from retrogames.co.uk. Again, I think I want to say maybe 10 quid all in. I can't remember, maybe it's cheaper than that. Maybe it's 7 quid all in. I don't know, but I couldn't find one online. Anyway, there was none on it. I say online, on eBay. Again, I was hoping someone might be selling it, you know, like but I had some CEX credit as well. So effectively, that's kind of like free, I suppose. So to buy that, to get it in there, and I'm an impatient bastard as well. So I do have on the way, hopefully, if it arrives, a loose SNES to put in that. Because I was and ahh'd about going into the garage, because the garage is the other side of that wall. I was just like, oh no, I'll just buy one. I'll buy one and I know it's there then. I'm still trying to find a box for the Super Game Boy set. I bought one, and again, I'm not a box variant guy, so it's kind of like a new ground for me. But the picture said control set. The picture showed control set and stuff. It come, but weirdly enough, it was a bigger box, the longer boxes, like you get like the Street Fighter collection and stuff like that. But inside, the polys were the smaller form factor, so I think it must have had a sleeve, and that sleeve would have been another game, because I've seen pictures then where they put the game in like a cardboard outlay to fill in the rest of the gap. So it wouldn't have fitted in the Super Game Boy. So I sent it back because I said, look, I mean, if they showed it together, you could see the size difference, but they didn't. So they were cool about it. That went back to Blackpool, cash conversion Blackpool of all places. But that was a bugger, because that was a good price as well. So I was still looking. There's no massive rush, but I am a bit impatient. I don't know what I'm getting impatient for, because it's just got to go in a fucking box and then get put away. So I'm impatient to put it away. Anyway, talking of completing stuff, this one finally popped up on eBay. Again, £7, I think, or something like that. And I think it's the last of the Geordie Slasher box games I needed to complete, and it's McDonald Land. So I think that's the last of the Geordie Slasher games. Again, just little bits of shit that I just have to complete. Right, some complete box Nintendo games here. What have we got? But mainly SNES, N64 and NES. No, not mainly SNES. One SNES, sorry. Mainly N64 and NES. I mentioned this in the last vid. Gonna show it. It's not fucking exciting whatsoever. But it's FIFA. It's FIFA. That might be collectible now. Who was talking to about this? A couple of the lads, I can't remember now. It's at the Oxford Market. Because obviously EA don't have the FIFA license anymore. So all these shit FIFAs that we've been fucking using as donor cases, they're going to be worth millions because they don't have the license. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, I bought this to go into the Super Game Boy box. But when it turned up, it was actually a lot nicer than in the pictures. The pictures, it was all flattened and pancaked. So I think it's a tenner. And ended up getting like a manual and a cart again for like £8. So that was quite a good buy. Just to sit on a shelf. But I thought, you know, I'm not gonna, there's no, be ashamed to dismember that box. God, my throat's drying out here. Okay, we've got some CEX and some eBay mixed in here between different things. That was CEX, that's CEX, that's CEX. I think they're all eBay. So we'll, I just have to mix it up. Not long had these, again, been fettling the boxes a little bit. Both come from CEX. The thing with the NES stuff that I'm after now, and I think I'm definitely down to less than 20. I think I'm down to less than 20 box games that I need to complete the full power set. You can see them up here. It's not real holy grail, by the way, Daz. And that's been up there ages, mate. It's really nice to sort of see how observant you are. But yeah, I'm sure it's less than 20. I had one come through today from CX. Absolute fucking belter. I'll show you that in another vid. But anyway, these come through. Again, needed just some touching up. It's just normal wear and tear. This one I've never seen turn up on CEX, and now I think there've been one or two, which is usually the way. But it's Galaxy 5000. It's always these weird, obscure, lesser known titles that seem to trip you up when you're a full set wanker like me. Not bad box, not bad, not the best, but it's all there, it's all complete. So don't put that in the box protector. I need to order some more box protectors. Again, this one, I was convinced it was rare and, you know, uncommon or whatever, but turns out another one showed up on CEX. I don't know what condition it is in, but this one's fine, absolutely fine. Again, complete. So that's it. I'm in. I'm done. I'm sold. It's keeping. Paperboy 2. I spoke about Paperboy before. I think this is more the same. We not long recently had Paperboy 2 on the Super Nintendo. I do believe. I'll put that up there. Right. These are definitely still CX, yeah. So I've got this one I've had for ages. Managed to get a manual. It doesn't crop up. I've put it in a box protector. It's one of the black box games. Round two. And it is soccer. Not very exciting at all, but it's one that you need. And, you know, these black box games are just so tricky. I was speaking to Craig Goodwin about these. He was selling a couple, and just the differences, and especially with the Mattel, the early releases. I'm no expert on it. It's just what from what I know, it can get really confusing, especially these early ones, because they do look like the American releases, the US releases. Again, another one which I wouldn't say is rare, but I don't know. I've never really seen much of it. I had the loose cart for ages. I think this was one of the first loose carts that I had when I first started going back collecting retro, like early 2000s. No, even, yeah, probably maybe just a little bit before the 2000s. And I used to use it as a test cart because I just thought it was not much to it. James Bond Jr. Never watched the cartoon, so I can't comment on the cartoon it's based on. But yeah, again, nice box. Not going to win any awards, but a nice box. Oh, talking of boxes and nice box and winning awards, Gordo, Give 84 Gaming. Well done on that box, mate. You've got to just keep at it, practicing. You know, you've got to break a few eggs and stuff. But that was a great fucking first try, mate. You did really well. And I like that iron. That's a proper iron, that is. Proper steam, fucking industrial iron. Right. Last two from CEX, and then I'll finish off with some that come from eBay. Again, this was just cheap. Just chirpy, cheap. It's complete. The box is a little bit ropey. I think it was ended up being like about 12 quid, something like that. And it's a Barkley Shut Up and Jam. Not, you know, some people are mad about basketball. Charles Barkley. I can't remember. Was he like Charlotte Hornets or something? I can't fucking remember. My brother used to be into it. Well, he used to be into the clothes. I don't know. He never liked basketball because he's fucking 5'0". But he was into the clothes. I think it's Charlotte Hornets. I can't remember. But yeah, Barkley Shut Up and Jam. Again, feeding off the whole NBA Jam hype. This one come for absolute bouter. I say absolute bouter. I'm exaggerating here. A slight little crease to the end, but the actual box, the rest of the box is fucking beautiful. Looks like someone's recently crushed that as well. Not one that I'm familiar with. It's on the N64. Jumping on the whole 2D, the two one-on-one fighters. Fucking can't get my words out. In 3D. I'll say 2D fighters then. Dark Rift. There were quite a few of these on the old N64. I'm not sure how this one favours. Probably poorly. I do believe this is on the PS1 as well. But the box on this is really, really nice. I think that's the only bit of crussage you can see there. Look. It's got squish, but yeah, outside of that, really, really nice condition. Manual, obviously all complete. I wouldn't show them if they weren't. And then the last little bundle from eBay. These two are bought together actually, so I'll do this one first. I've had this for fucking ages. I've got a pile of NES gold that I'm saving, and this was sort of stuck in the pile, so I had to take it out because I thought, yeah, I'll need to show this one because it's been there fucking yonks. I talked about this before, and hopefully I haven't shown it, because hopefully this is one that I forgot to put on the shelf. If that's the case, then I do apologise. But it's Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. This is the solid card. It's not the plug-through one. I fucking hope I ain't showed you this before. It is a variant. It's just a box. Well, it's not a variant because it is a different card. So that's the plug-through. This is the solid black card. And for the longest time, I was always like trying to find the box. That was it. I was looking for a box. And the easiest way to tell is this has got a black banner stripe. There are subtle differences to the front, as you can see, and to the back, again, as you can sort of see. But trust me, when you're looking at these fucking games on a daily, you kind of like blurs, and you kind of think, oh, is that the one? Is that not the one? I can't remember which one's which one do I need? Yeah, finally glad to pick that one off the list. I say, hopefully I haven't showed you that before. If I have, then oh shit, you've seen it again. But I'll put it up here so I know it needs to get on the shelf and put away. Right, last two, and then I'll let you go. Bought these together from eBay. I can't remember how much they were. They couldn't have been overly expensive, because otherwise I wouldn't have fucking bought them. Let's put it that way, because it is me after all. This one I'd ordered from CEX, and they sent me the wrong one. They sent me Quake 2. I can't remember if I showed you that or told you that, which I already had anyway. So it's Quake 1. In great condition. This one needed very, very little doing to it. Probably just like sharpening the edges with a bit of wood glue and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Quake. You know, probably one of the earlier, not one of the earlier, but one of the earlier games that really pushed the envelope. I mean, I remember seeing this on the PC, and back then, I don't know what it was, because the graphics, well, the actual 3D engine was far superior to Doom. Because the graphics of those textured polygons, I don't know if I liked it as much. That sounds really, really strange. But I remember playing like Deathmatch on the company WAN. And, well, company LAN, sorry. And we'd have the different skins, like the Simpsons skins and stuff like that, running around, killing each other. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really jive with the whole sort of grey, murky, military setup. I don't know what it was. Yeah, but I think it was just because it was a different step up from Doom and stuff like that. And again, I think this is a one-on-one beat 'em up as well. Yeah, it is. Like I told you, there's a few of these on the N64. This did need some little bit of work to it. I think it was just in the corner, one of the corners had ripped. Biofreaks. Again, jumping on the whole one-on-one fighter in the 3D models, different fighters essentially. Like I say, bit of a cash in. Who was it by? By Midway. It might have been an arcade game. Again, I think this came out on the PS1 as well, so it's like a multi-format release. So that's it, guys. We are done. I'll hopefully get this out before Friday, when we'll be on his way up to Blackpool. Hope to see some of you there. If not, never mind, there's always next time. And I think after that, the next event we stalling at is London. I can't know when that is, maybe November, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.